Hello, I'm Marcus. Over the last few years I've really been struggling with depression and anxiety, but I think over the last year or so I found that I've really made some fundamental shifts and things really seem to have changed. I think I stopped viewing my depression and anxiety as something that really needs to be cured, but instead reframing it as something that needs to be listened to, and that's really helped me go on this much deeper internal journey and sort of gain clarity around my feelings. But when I think back over my experience of depression especially, there's a couple of instances that really stand out, and one of those is a trip that I made to Cornwall last year. I went to St.Ives and I felt really depressed at that point, and as a result I think some of the connections I made with Cornwall are of sort of depression and despair, and I've now got the opportunity to go back to Cornwall, and so this video is basically going to document me travelling down to St.Ives to sort of confront some of those demons and try and make some new associations with Cornwall. So, okay, let's get on with it. Last night though, it was so windy in the van. It was just rocking everywhere, and yeah, it felt like I was going to tip over. It even affected my dreams. I felt like the sea level had raised and the van was being swept away in the sea. So yeah, didn't have a great night's sleep, but there's definitely something liberating about waking up in the morning and being right next to a sort of tumultuous sea, and yeah, it was very like fresh weather. So I'm not deterred. I'm excited by the day. I was in this place where I felt really trapped and really dark. I had really sort of unpleasant things going on in my mind, and like I just couldn't really work out how to deal with it all. And in the midst of that I went on holiday to Cornwall, and I thought it would be a good chance to sort of get out of things and sort of to have some space to assess, but it wasn't. And that's basically what Cornwall is for me. When I think back to it, I think of black clouds and I think of this sort of terrible experience I had, and I guess coming here is a way of sort of trying to exercise that. Just woke up, just had slept in it's a nice car park for a country park. I'm not sure if I'm really meant to be sleeping here, but there's two other vans parked there, so I thought it was okay. Got up early so I can sneak off before I get told off. Today is the day that I am going to St. Ives, so this is the day I've been waiting for. And yeah, I have this place in mind, this specific destination. I remember when I was in St. Ives, sitting on this wall down by the harbour, and it was really sunny, and there were loads of people around. It was holiday season, there were tourists everywhere, and they were walking down the street eating ice cream, smiling and looking happy, and I remember just feeling numb. I remember thinking, I can't empathise with these people. I can't remember what it feels like to be happy. I can't remember if I've ever been happy. I feel trapped. I feel numb. I feel dead inside. I feel like I don't want to exist. I feel like I don't deserve to exist. I don't really feel human. I don't really think this is a place for me. There isn't a place for me. And yeah, I just, yeah, I find it hard to go back to that place and to remember that. Only 14 miles. Let's go. Ooh.
You will arrive at your destination at 7:44 a.m.
just got here to St.Ives. I'm in the car park, and yeah, I'm surprised how sort of emotional I found it. Actually, as soon as I got here, I just felt sort of sad. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I just wouldn't really feel anything, but I feel sad. And but so it's a card. It's not sadness. I guess it's sort of sadness for things I've let go of, but I don't know really. I think I'm sort of realising as soon as I got here that there were happy moments while I was here, but I've just pushed them out of my mind because my main overwhelming feeling was being numb. So I guess while I feel in a sort of a much better place now, I guess there's a certain amount of sort of grief or mourning for the other things which I had to let go of, which sometimes were really nice. I guess sort of relationships, main thing. But I don't know. I think it's a good move coming here. I think I'll get a lot from the day. I think over the past few days, I think the past few months even, it's been such awful weather. It's just really grey, miserable, raining. And I had this sort of idea that when I got to St. Ives, there'd be this Hollywood moment, and the clouds would part and the rain would stop and it would become sunny. And guess what? It is super sunny. It's warm. Put my coat away. That seems like amazing. It's just wonderful. So yeah, that's the wall that I've been aiming to get to, and I got there and I found it really interesting thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, the wall, it's just a benign man-made thing. It has no meaning unless you attach meaning to it, and I have. It was interesting to watch other people walking past, and it's just an invisible wall, and yeah, it just made me think about how many sort of things that I just walk past which are very significant to other people but don't mean anything to me. And yeah, it's just a thought. It's interesting. I mean, I see the wall, it's just a wall, but within that there were so many dark feelings. I was so miserable, so lost, and I sat on it and I realised I still have feelings of sadness, I still have feelings of confusion, I still feel lost at times, but just the significance of sitting there made me realise how different I feel now, how important this journey has been. And I'm very glad that I came back here. Good, so what are my takeaways? Well, I guess the main one is that Cornwall's just a place, and I've managed to come back here and definitely make some of those new associations in my mind. I no longer associate it with misery and despair, which is definitely a good thing. And I think the other thing is that it did really help affirm to me how far I've come over this last year. I have experienced a lot of pain, but it was necessary pain. It was pain that I needed to go through to grow. And so I made some fundamental changes to my life, which were difficult. And I've also been experimenting a lot still with routines. I do therapy, do lots of well-being routines like running and exercising and eating well and meditating. But ultimately I realized that it's about being truthful to myself and honest to myself and really listening to myself, and I want to continue to explore that and do more. And I think the more that we can sort of bring up to the surface the things which are going on underneath, the more we can heal ourselves, and with that heal the world. So I'm really interested in continuing to explore this and continuing on my journey to advocate talking about mental health, and yeah, I'm really excited to see where that takes me, and I'm very, very glad that I did this trip to Cornwall. Thanks. So one thing that I definitely forgot that I did really enjoy when I came to Cornwall last time, even in those depths of despair, there were moments of joy with the humble Cornish pasty, specifically the vegan green Thai vegetable pasty, which was lovely then and it's lovely now. This is my second one.